I love you guys, the artists that play bands, all the crew, everybody that helps to make possible, right? Well, let's get to the desk right now and let's get this party started. Follow me, here we go. Ow. Welcome everybody to the third episode of Joey Restivo Live. Man, have we got a great show for you guys to get today. Now, I want to thank everybody who just got kicked off the live broadcast. We're back right now. We had to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off. It's just some things that happen. You know, there's growing pains in everything you do, and you got to keep fighting forward for everything you want in life. So, you know, I practice what I preach. You want to be a doer, not a talker. Those are the two types of people, talkers and doers. If you're a doer, we could mess with you. We could break bread with you. We could shine with you. If you're a talker, you got to just keep on talking and talk your way on out, because we got no time for that. Here we go. What's coming up? What's going on? We're so excited here at Artists That Play. We have my man, Robert Rene, also known as Robert Rene Laus. He's coming to South America. He's coming to South America next week. We're shooting 2 music videos on him. And when I tell you these are pure fire, these are absolute fire. So DJs, if you're listening right now, I want you guys to send me an MP3, I want you to send me an inbox, direct message me, anything you want. I'm going to send you out these tracks once we know you're legit, for free, because you want to get on these songs. We're shooting 2 of his 3 hits, and we're so excited. Robert Rene, we're excited to see you at the end of this week, and we start shooting next week. What else we got going on? I want to talk about DJs really quick. Special shout out to my man DJ Inferno. We're going to be doing his show live April 22nd. And DJ Inferno, if you don't know, he's from California. Dope, ferocious DJ, but also an exceptional human being. So we're looking forward to that. Some DJ shout outs right now. My man, my past guest from last week. We got DJ Slice. I always love you, Slice. It was such an unbelievable show last week. We had a blast. We were super excited to have you. The phones and the comments and the messages have been coming all week. Great job, brother, to you, the whole Royalty family. That's right. Give it up to Stevie B one time, also the owner of Royalty Radio. Just a great thing right there. And then we got my man from Music Lovers Radio. We got the Puerto Rican gangster. When I tell you I love this guy, I absolutely love him. DJ Racer, who is a content guru. Constantly putting out content, constantly supporting artists and people making moves. Shout out to you, Racer. Angelo Michelli from CFMAM from Canada. Him and all them boys down there rocking the house. Angelo, love you. Matter of fact, I'll tell you guys a funny story about Angelo really super quick. I'm going to say it was probably back in, probably June of last year. Angelo's been showing us a lot of love, and I moved the office over to the hotel. And I said, Angelo, is it cool if I get you on video and show you the team? He goes, oh my God, Joey, I feel like I got to fix myself up. I said, why? He goes, because I remember you to be one of the prettiest son of a guns on the earth. And then all of a sudden I realized he was talking about me from when I was doing Sending All My Love and all that stuff in Lanier. And it gave me a complex. I was like, oh no, I better fix my hair. You know what I mean? I better get myself right. So anyway, shout out to Angelo. Absolutely love Angelo and his whole team. Lit Entertainment, pure beasts. The people at Fever, just killing it constantly. Powerhouse Bombshells are in the house. I deal with so many great DJs. I'm sure I'm not remembering everybody because I don't have a list in front of me. But just know if you guys show us love, we will always show you love, and we will love you forever. All right, so now let's talk about my special guest star for today. What? It's my man CoCoVinny. Now let me explain CoCoVinny to you. If you look up Webster's Dictionary for entrepreneur, gangster, hustler, you will see this man with his black beaded necklace, his fedora, and some kind of an island shirt. Now, I'm wearing this shirt today because of CoCoVinny, in honor of CoCoVinny. And I can't even tell you enough about this guy. You're going to get to meet him very, very shortly. We got CoCoVinny up, right? So I'm going to bring CoCoVinny up. Actually, you know what I want to do? Let me bring CoCoVinny up right now because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Normally, I'll tell you about what's coming up, what we just did, and all of that stuff. But in my opinion, CoCoVinny is a huge personality. right? He actually makes me look small, and I'm going to show you pictures about that later. And I want to smack him, but I just can't jump that high. So I got to kind of deal with it, right? And when I tell you he's got a personality like me, but on steroids, let's just get him down. So let me do the introduction. Here we go. Okay, so check this out. Ladies and gentlemen, as seen on Shark Tank, as seen on The Prophet, as seen on so many forms of social media around the globe, humanitarian, family man, maniac, but most importantly, head coconut in charge. Let's put our hands together. Now, I gotta warn you. I gotta warn you. You're not ready for CoCoVinny. You're not ready for him. He considers himself to be the 6'5" Mexican Jew. He's a Coco gorilla. We've got history. Please put your darn internet hands together and help me welcome, in a crazy way, my man, Mr. CoCoVinny. Let's bring him on. So, CoCoVinny, let me ask you a question. You said that you were on Shark Tank. Now, tell the people at home how that felt. Like, give me this. Give me how you felt before those doors slid open and you walked in.
Oh my God, Jojo, let me tell you something. I have never been more anxious, stressed, and freaking the frick out than right before the Shark Tank. Okay, and let me tell you something. They have you rehearse. They give you suggestions on how you should do your pitch. I did that. I rehearsed 300 times on stage, people watching. I did it down pat. I memorized it. I had it down, right? Forwards and backwards and left and right. And then, and can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, you cut out for a second. Would you say left and right and then what?
So left and right, when I get there, when I get to the Shark Tank, okay, they changed the whole script on me. They flipped the script. So they were literally like, they tell you, you're going to get to this line, you know, wait 30 seconds, and then we're going to say go, and then you start pitching. Well, with me, because they knew I played the ukulele in my pitch a little, they're like, no, we're going to start you at the end of the studio with a rolling camera. He wanted me to sing and walk and do everything that I didn't rehearse. I had never even walked and played and sang before. I always rehearsed standing still. So literally when the camera turned on, I realized that I never ever had walked and played the ukulele and sang at the same time. It was the first time I ever did it, was when the live camera went on. They go, if you mess up, keep going. Don't stop. We ain't getting a retake. I'm like, oh shit. So then they literally said go. And I learned on the fly how to sing and walk and strum the ukulele and put it all together coming into the Shark Tank. And so that was the first, I was talking about glossy. My balls were sweating. It was crazy. So I was just rehearsing like nothing for no reason, because literally they changed everything on me. There was no pause, there was no nothing. It was just like go. And I don't know, I pulled it off. And then when they all went out, I didn't get a deal on Shark Tank. They all went out.
So wait a second. So don't jump ahead. I got more questions. Don't be so footloose and fancy free with your time. Let me take this jacket off. Let me get more comfortable, Vinny. Is that okay?
Yeah, take it off.
Woo! 1970s. Pimpalicious. CoCoVinny in honor of jacket and shirt. Here we go. So check this out. So now here you are. You're standing in front of what? 5 people? 4 or 5? How many of them were there?
The 5 sharks. All 5 sharks.
So which 5
Mark
sharks
Cuban,
were there?
So we had Mark Cuban. We had Robert Herjavec, Lori Grenier, Barbara Corcoran, and then there was a guest shark named Rohan Oza. So 5 sharks.
And
the entire crew. The entire camera crews and everybody was crazy back there.
How many people are on the crew behind the scenes while you're filming live?
Oh, there's like 40 people, 50 people back there.
All right.
Crazy.
Out of the 5 sharks, in your opinion, who was the coolest?
You know what? They were all pretty chill. I don't like any of them anymore because they didn't do a deal. Just kidding. But no, I really am grateful that they gave me that audience and they all heard me. And from that moment, you know, we've been able to do some amazing things already. So, you know, they're gonna have to pay up now. If they want in on this action.
Would you say there was one you liked the least out of all five, or you want to keep it politically correct?
No. I like I said, I hate them all equally because they didn't bite. No. You know what? What's weird is that I had a manifestation. I always thought that I was going to do a deal with Mark Cuban.
Right.
And I had visualized that I wanted to do a deal with Cuban. So I always looked up to him and admired his career and whatnot. But he was the first one out, like literally the first guy to be like, I can't get any straight answers, I'm out. And I was like, well, there goes that dream.
Well, do you think maybe he thought you were just a little too smug, like so many of us do?
Maybe, just a bit.
I don't think so. So now you did the show. How did you feel as the last one said, I'm out? For whatever reason, your heart must have dropped, because I see that my heart drops sometimes, and I take it personal.
Oh man, I was in shock. I was like, wait a second, you know, like I was just like, what the hell just happened? Because they hammer you for an hour, hour of questions. They interrupt each other. They interrupt you. Can you guys hear this?
Yeah, I'm sorry, you heard it, but some knucklehead has like some music playing behind me, so I have no idea what that is. So let's lower that volume. So when that last one came, you didn't feel weird? You didn't feel a little bit like, what the heck, why?
Yeah, no, I was sick. I was sick to my stomach. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I guess I'm done. And I grabbed my ukulele and I played the ukulele singing backwards out of the room. So I went forward and backwards the first time in and the first time out, singing and going. And then when I got to the backstage, then I actually started crying, believe it or not. It was a kick right up right in the brajol.
So
I didn't.
So most people would stop right there and feel defeated with their tail between their legs, give up and just go and work it some other place, right? But not CoCoVinny, because you got that fire within, you got that belief in you and your product. And everybody else that helped you along the way, you carried that. So what happened next?
So I went back and I took about a week to really just let that set. And I was like, you know what? We don't need them sons of bitches. Like I was literally like, you know what? That's the lesson in this. There ain't nobody gonna come and save you. You gotta bet on you and do you. That's it. There's nobody who's gonna come and save you. There ain't no magical wand or ship or shark or whatever. You gotta do this. You gotta bet on you and keep going. That's the thing. Keep on keeping on no matter what. Get up every time you get knocked down. And like I said, the saying is every setback is a setup for a comeback. And I learned a lot about myself. Look, if you watch the show, you see the resilience that I sang in and I sang out. Even though they just told me I was a worthless piece of shit, basically. No, I'm out. Sorry for my language. But swear jar. We have to get a swear jar for the show.
Oh, I'm going to invoice you, don't worry. I'm definitely going to invoice you later.
Good. Do it. Double it. Yeah. And so when I was walking out, I sang and sang out like as if I got a deal. I was still singing on stage. And then I cried in the back when nobody's looking. But it was good. It was a good growth experience for me. And then I was able to build this business. I mean, we've sold a lot of coconuts. I've probably sold more coconuts than any single person in the entire world at the moment. We're killing it. We can't keep this, like this store on that, they're out. They're out of coconuts. And like everywhere on the strip, we can't keep them on the shelves. They're literally the highest velocity product. We've made our own category. It's a ready to drink fresh coconut. That doesn't exist.
Now let me talk about this for a second, because this is so intriguing, and we're going to get right back to that because I have other thoughts. So now you did something that most people on the earth would never think to do and or have the chicken or the McNuggets to do. You see, I saw you on Shark Tank, but then shortly thereafter, I saw you on another one of those shows with Marcus Lemonis, the Prophet.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about that.
So Marcus Lemonis goes into these businesses that are struggling, and he basically turns them around, or buys them out or whatever. He's a billionaire guy, and he ended up drinking one of our coconuts at Caesar's Palace on his show. He did like a feature on Vegas. So people are calling me saying, "Yo, Marcus is drinking one of your coconuts on TV." And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So I called into their producers and I said, "Hey, you guys got to come and do a feature on Coco Taps. You guys already, put our product up there." So they did. They came and we did a whole, it was like 2 months of filming. Went out to 12 different locations in 4 different states, from Florida, Chicago, California, it was Vegas, Nevada here. It was wild. And, reality TV is reality TV. It's not really reality, to be honest. It's a lot of editing, a lot of crazy. They make a drama. They got to make the drama. But it was fun. I mean, the exposure. We're talking about, to get this kind of airtime, we have to stroke a check for about $20 million to get the airtime I'm getting. They just reran our episodes are rerunning on CNBC, like nonstop. Shark Tank and The Prophet. I'm getting two bangs, two bites at the cocoa.
Now with The Prophet, I almost feel like it's a love-hate relationship, for the simple fact that I constantly see you on Marcos Lemonis' blogs and on his things. Okay, are we good?
Yeah.
Which camera are we on? This camera? Okay.
Straight up.
So I see you with Marcus Lemonis. I see you on his blogs. People are talking about you. How's CoCoVinny doing? People around the world are talking about you. Number one, because you run Shark Tank and you're on The Prophet. Number two is because you just will not give up. And I love that so much about you. Now, I know that you're on many, many, many casinos. You're in many casinos on the Las Vegas Strip. Aren't you doing something with Whole Foods? Is that something you're doing, or did I misread something?
We're actually working on this TapoMatic deal, the TapoMatic machine, and once that's live, we'll be in pretty much every store. Whole Foods, Sprouts. We're going to get into juice bars like Jamba Juice, all these big chains. They're all going to need a Coco TapoMatic. They're all going to need one. I mean, it laser brands and logo. It taps it. It puts juice, whatever. If you have pineapple juice in your coconut, you have rum in your coconut, whatever you want. Coffee in your coconut. I mean, a cocoa cold brew. Put cold brew into your fresh coconut. It's like energy and hydration, all natural. It's amazing. All this stuff's coming. And so,
if anybody out there gets the opportunity to drink one of CoCoVinny's coconuts, the fresh tap coconuts, it is absolutely zero waste. I want to talk about that for a minute. But it is such an unbelievably satisfying, thirst-quenching, delicious sensation drinking cold or chilled coconut water directly from the coconut. I'm not talking preservatives. I'm not talking any sugar added, no flavoring, nothing.
Processed, nothing.
Nothing.
Straight.
Tell me about the zero waste.
Okay. So we already figured out how to, get rid of the plastic Tetra Packs bottles so you don't have to process it in the coconut. But my tap was made out of plastic before on Shark Tank. And I went back to the drawing board after that. I'll actually show you one right now. So the tap turned from a plastic tap to now it's fully zero waste. So this is made out of corn flour, maize corn flour, the cap and the tap. If I buried this in the ground, it'll go back to the earth. If it ends up in the ocean, it won't hurt the ecosystem. That's the passion. That's the mission. I want to help people and planet. I want to help people stop putting plastics into their body and polluting the earth and doing it right, fresh. Mother Nature, partnering with Mother Nature. That's the key. So I'm all about that Coco love life, that just, partner with Mother Nature. We got to respect Mother Earth. Right now, everybody's raping her. Everybody's raping Mother Earth. It's ridiculous. We got to take care of her, he can take care of us.
Amen, brother.
Because if you don't listen to mother, she brought us in, she'll take us out.
Just like our moms used to tell us, right? I brought you into this world, exactly. I will take you out. Before COVID struck and totally taught us all a big lesson.
Decimated. Yeah.
Before COVID came and raped us all, and I don't even like to use that word, but I know because we helped you with the presentation, you had some cruise ships knocking at your door, calling you, constantly asking you to come in. Tell us about that. Coco Taps.
Well, we're actually, God willing, when the cruise ships, get to sailing again, we're going to have Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, and we're speaking to a lot of people in Norwegian. We're going to have a lot of good opportunities, I think, in the cruise ship sector with the coconuts, because if, like by chance, if one of the coconuts falls off the ship, it won't hurt the ecosystem. Coconuts are made for the ocean, and the taps will degrade. They won't hurt the fish. We won't end up with plastic.
The fish and the dolphins get a little treat also. That coconut is nice on the inside. What
they
is
like
it called?
it, actually,
the flesh,
crabs,
the meat?
crabs.
What's it called?
The coconut meat?
Yeah.
The meat.
So what I want to do now, I want to get some of we had a trip together recently in Times Square. I'd like to get some of those videos and pictures up, guys, for our Times Square. It was me, it was Jumbo CoCoVinny, followed by Jerry D from the Dorville Entertainment Link, and our dear friend James LAJ Yeppies. And man, did we have a blast. So I'm going to tell you guys some stuff. I'm going to tell you some stuff about CoCoVinny real quick. So he's 6'5", every ounce of it. He's a hairy gorilla, but he's an amazing human being. And Vinny's one of those guys that has to sleep in the Antarctica. I mean, he's got to sleep in the coldest setting possible. And I woke up one night because it was me, CoCoVinny, Jerry Dorville, and James LAJ Yeppies. And I woke up hearing, if you mess with the thermostat, you mess with my emotions. And obviously, because Vinny was paying the bill. So he was the guy. You understand? It was all about cold. Why do you have to have it so cold? All those guys, put it on the screen. So while that's on the screen, Vinny, tell us why you need it so cold.
Well, let me tell you, I always run hot. My brain runs at about 110 degrees, like at idle. So I'm always hot. And if I work out in the morning, I just run hot like a Coco Vin Diesel. I mean, I'm just always running. So I can't sleep with any clothes. I gotta have it cold.
Yeah, that was a bit of a challenge for all of us. That was a bit of a special because I was sleeping in the bed right next to you. So thank God you don't sleepwalk. That's all I'm saying, right? Thank God. So let's talk about. Can we talk about something really quick? I'm gonna tell you the picture I want you to put up in a second, Jose. There's another picture I want you to put up, but most people out there, I'm gonna tell you, hear me constantly talk about believe in yourself. Fight for what you want. The most important thing you can do is knock the voices in your own head telling you can't do something because you're a man or a woman or too tall or too short or too fat or too poor or too whatever. Nonsense. If you want something, you gotta wake up in the morning excited to go for it. You gotta do that all day. You gotta curse that. You gotta love that. You gotta go to sleep doing that. You gotta dream about that. Give me the picture to show Coco. Give me the picture to give the people an example of what you gotta think like a ninja. You gotta go to bed thinking about what you love. And I say all that to show this next picture. Give me the picture of me sleeping and CoCoVinny sleeping. Let's just put that one up on the screen. And I was so shocked to look over and see that he actually sleeps with these coconuts. Okay. So anyway, CoCoVinny actually sleeps with these coconuts. I mean, that's how this guy is like a ninja's blade. Do you understand? He sleeps with these things. He takes them in the shower. And thank God, Jerry D and James were sleeping on the floor on some pillows and blankets. Seniority got the beds. And can you play the slow motion of us in Times Square together? Yes, I just want to give the people an idea how big. His personality is big. He's big. His father's big. I mean, he comes from royalty, this guy. Believe me. It's me, CoCoVinny, Jerry Dorville and James Yepes, LAJ, in Times Square. That's just cool. That's just cool. Look how big he is. And he is every ounce. This isn't a show for him. Everything you see on CoCoVinny, from the fedora to the glasses to the big necklaces to the shirts, it's all real love. CoCoVinny, talk to me about the necklace really quick.
All right, so these are from Hawaii. They're called the Kukui Nuts, okay? And this is a candle nut. This is actually Hawaiian royalty back in the day. Wore these to stay grounded and rooted to source. So this reminds me to stay humble, stay tapped in, not get a little above my britches. Do you know what I mean? You get a little high on your own wine. Sometimes you got to relax that a little bit. So, anyways, that's really what it's about. It's about just holding tight to what's true to yourself, and not forget about all the people and the things that you love. That's really what's important. That's what these are. These remind me to chill the heck out and make sure that I take care of business.
So important. Can I tell you something I love about what you do with your coconuts? Every single location that I've seen your coconuts on, and maybe that doesn't sound right, everywhere I've seen Coco Taps, whether it's a gas station, or whether it's a nightclub, or an event, or on TV, you have them custom. They're just customized with the logo of the venue.
Yeah.
How amazing is that? That's taking it 10 steps forward than the average person would take it. And I think because paying attention to details like you do, you can't fail. You can't fail. Tell me about customization of the logos on your coconuts.
Yeah. So I actually love branding other people's logos on the coconut, because it's not about me. It's not about our brand, really. It's about them, solving a problem with our invention. But I'd like for them to take ownership and brand their logo and promote their brand, so that we can collaborate. It's like 1 + 1 = 10 at that point. It's not about just me, not about me wanting me. It's about them and I together marching. And so that's really what it's about. It's about collaboration, brand collaboration, collaborating with Mother Nature. They love what we stand for. And if I'm willing to put their brand on a coconut, then I've got to love what they stand for, and then we promote each other. So it doesn't need to be all about you didn't plug us or whatever. It's easy because it's together. So yeah, I love it. And we brand anybody's logo that loves what we're doing, loves all the zero waste stuff.
I can't tell you.
Resorts is.
I can't tell you how it thrills me, Vinny, because I know you for so long. How it thrills me to go on the internet, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, even YouTube, see some of these pool parties that used to go on in Las Vegas, and see somebody with the Coco Taps. Tell us some of the casinos that you're in Vegas.
Oh man, we're in the Wynn Las Vegas, Bellagio, Mandalay, Cosmopolitan, MGM, Venetian. I mean, it goes on and on and on. We've got pretty much all the resorts in the Strip are our customers.
You're now in gas stations. You're in supermarkets.
We're starting to do the convenience stores. Yeah, there's a giant. It's the largest Chevron gas station in the world. They got almost 100 pumps, 100 gas pumps in this one deal. They sell racks and racks. Every week they run out of coconuts.
Awesome.
And it's just exciting because it's like like you when you hear your song on the radio. And when I go into these joints and I see people grabbing and buying all these coconuts and like they're enjoying the product. Man, it's like hearing your song on the radio.
Amen.
It warms my cocoa soul.
That's the pay for us. That's what all the hard work is for. And I'm not talking about money. Monetary, that's a byproduct of hard work. The money and the fame and that stuff. But when you actually hear your song on the radio, or you see one of your coconuts in somebody's hands or on a rack in some store, that's the payday for us. And I'm not talking financially. It makes your soul say, hey, all those sleepless nights, all that stress, all the problem solving, it was all worth it. Really.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like we did it. We look at this. We're getting checks. I mean, I'm sitting here watching Ashley here on the other side of the desk, and she's inputting all these checks. These are real checks.
Is Ashley hot?
Doing our bookkeeping. Of course she's hot.
Why don't you turn the camera around and see?
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Put her on the spot.
Do that to her.
Tell me the T-shirt phrase you told me about thick thighs earlier.
Thick thighs do save lives.
Thick thighs do save lives. If you guys agree back there that thick thighs save lives, please comment, let us know about it. You might like thin girls, you might like big girls, you might like boy girls. If you're feeling good, celebrate that. Vinny, how can people get in touch with you if they want to follow you on social media? Throw some of this down.
They can reach me personally at CoCoVinny, that's CoCoVinny. That's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can reach our Coco Taps for You, that's CoCoTapsForYou, at all Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. CocoTaps.com, we're around. You can find me easy. I'm very accessible.
And if you guys can't find him for any reason, he's one of my people, he's one of my brothers. All you gotta do is DM me or scour through my friends and you'll find CoCoVinny. Vinny, I love you. Do you have your ukulele by any chance?
I got it in the car. I didn't bring the
You know what? Let me talk to him for a minute. Why don't you go get that? Let's send this show. Let's send this show in a good way.
All right, cool.
I would love to do this for the people. Now, let's talk really super quick. CoCoVinny was a road manager for me for the Freestyle Explosion tour for a Pacific Concert Group in 2019 for quite a few shows. Did we have fun, Vinny?
Oh my God, ridiculous. We had a great time.
How was the behind the scenes?
So, I never really got it, introduced to that whole tour and meeting Stevie B and the whole group, it was amazing. And I learned a lot on this whole deal, how much work.
It's a lot
amazing what you guys do. I mean, shit. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. I had a great time.
We had some fun. The videos, and along the way, huh? Oh, we got it. Okay, so let me introduce this, ladies and gentlemen. This is my dear friend CoCoVinny from Coco Taps, head coconut in charge for Coco Taps. You're out of tune, Vinny. Take us out with a song.
Life can be a tough nut to crack. Coco Taps will get you right on track. Drink taste, less waste too. Coconut water just flows right through. And it's got to be fresh, right from the tree. Fresher than fresh is the best way to be. No mess and no stress too. You gotta tap your thirst. It's Coco, dreams come true. Coco, Joey, bang the Steve, I
love you, Vinny. I thank you, everybody at home watching YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We love you guys so much. Share the heck out of this. Subscribe to our channel. Go buy yourself some Coco Taps and make sure you make CoCoVinny your friend. If you do, tell him hello from me. I love him. Vinny, it's been my honor, pleasure to have you on our 3rd episode. Joey Restivo Live, welcome back anytime, brother.
Strikes, you tapped in, baby. I love you guys. Thank
You're around.
Thank you, Sway, everybody else, the whole crew back there. Thanks for doing with me, my coconuts.
It's been a delight, man. And I think we're out. So give me the ukulele one more time. We're gonna run the credits. I want to do a little LL Cool J. Give me the ukulele. Give me the ukulele. I can't hear him. Here we go. When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall, and in the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call, telling me I need a girl who's as sweet as a dove for the first time of my life. Blah 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 blah. There we have it, CoCoVinny, Joey Restivo Live. Let's run that music. We love you guys. We will see you next week, same time, same channel. We'll see you soon. Ow. Let's rock it out, party people. Go ahead, CoCoVinny, dance it out with us. Dance it out with us, Vinny. We got a key. Oddballers too. Robbie Louse, where are you? Mason Mace, you're on deck. Let's rock the